So as we are preparing to turn the calendar pages into the new year, there's a universal sense of renewal that's happening. It's when a lot of people reflect on the past, they take stock of where they are, and envision a better future, a better new year. It's also time for resolutions. And we have lots of resolutions. They abound. Promises we make ourselves about eating healthier, exercising more, saving money, spending more time with loved ones. But for a lot of people, yeah, those resolutions, they fade quickly as they come, they go away. They're lost in the shuffle of daily life. And that's why I created New Year, New You, the path that we've been on. It's not just about a slogan. It's not just about a campaign. It's about a framework that allows you to set yourself up for success. It's a philosophy and a movement designed to help you make lasting change in your life, lasting change in your health. It's about stepping into the new year with clarity, intention, and the tools to truly transform your life. Hey, if you're new to me, I'm Dr. Dwain Woode. That's Wood with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. Here on the channel, I educate, I empower, and I encourage you to take charge of your health and your life, avoid complications, and go to the next level. And in this year, new you, I'm talking to adults with type 2 diabetes who want to reverse their diabetes, become metabolically healthy, who want to set themselves up for success in their health. Hey, if you're new to me as well, go ahead and put new in the comments because I'd love to welcome you to the channel, to the community with a hand clap and some music. And let you know that I'm happy that you're here. If you do have questions as we go throughout the show tonight, go ahead and put those in the comments with a Q. So as I'm searching through, I'll know that those are comments that we need to pay attention to. And just welcome to everyone, whatever platform you're on right now, wherever you may find yourselves. We're glad that you're here. I see some community members that are out there. So let's go ahead and, we should be streaming to TikTok. Sorry, not TikTok, Twitch, Instagram. We should be right now on LinkedIn, of course, Facebook, and here on YouTube. So wherever you are, whatever platform you're on, go ahead and just say hello. We are glad that you're here, and we welcome you to the community. So let's hop over and let's take a look. I do see some folks that are out there. I see Lightworks. So just Steve is saying, hey, Lightworks, and Jennifer, hello to you. Pamela, hey, Pamela, hi, hello, everyone. Lightworks is saying, hey, Steve, hi, Pam, and hello. So glad that you all are here in this space and that you are hanging out with us in this area, right? So what are we doing? As you guys know, we have my monitors that we're going to take a look at here in just a minute to let you see where we've been. Got those off to the side. And let me get that cord off the table. So I've got these guys that we're going to take a look at here in just a minute. And right below me, you should see my Dexcom Clarity Report. So we'll take a look at what my blood sugars have been doing over the last little bit. If you are out there and you have not yet been to the YouTube channel to watch some of those playlists that we have, make sure you get there. Lots of them as we've been walking through the process, walking through where we've been going, this pathway that we've had for the year. And all of those are on the channel. They're on in those playlists. How to reverse diabetes, of course, how to fast successfully, and then some of the playlists that we've had before, mastering diabetes, and then of course when we did our mini series on the science of hunger. Make sure you get over there and you watch those because they do set us up for success as we move into the new space, into the new year and the new push. All right, so let's go ahead and let's take a look at blood sugars, and you'll see on the screen, this is my Freestyle Libre, and the Libre says that right now my blood sugar is about 105. You'll see that white squiggly line that's going diagonally there across the street, at an angle across the screen. That is my blood sugar, and you'll see it started right above 150 about 12 hours ago, and then kind of has gone down to where we are right now. My last meal was last night sometime, As you guys know, when when I'm not on my fasting, I do like a 16/8. And this past weekend, we went away, hung out with some friends, and had a lot of stuff to eat. And so what you see now is the blood sugar over the last little bit as we've been back home. If I take a look at my Dexcom, my Dexcom G7, you'll see something similar. And if I can get my finger on it, you'll see right there we were 168, got up to, was that 185, and then have been dropping. And that was what? That was this morning at 7. And then throughout the day, has been going down, 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 down. 130s, 140s, 120s, to where we are right now, down into the 1 teens. Okay? All right. And then let's go ahead and let's take a look at what my monitors are saying. So those two that you saw a minute ago, those are from my Dexcom G7 and my Freestyle Libre. Here I have a Keto Mojo meter, which gives me both blood sugar and ketones, and then my Contour, which gives me blood sugar. So let's go ahead and get a strip out for this one. So this is the Contour. We'll get a strip in there, and the brown here. This is my blood sugar monitor or strip for the blood sugar for the Keto Mojos. Get ahead and get that opened up and get that in. And then here is the ketone strip, which I'm going to open up and just have off to the side here. So it is ready to go. And then into my little container, and we're going to go ahead and grab keyboard off of there. Let's go ahead and grab one of these Lansing devices. Actually, I think I'm going to put this one right over here. How about that? And so this is just like the other one that I've used before, which is a screw top. And it's not actually not a screw, it's just you pop that off and find a finger. And let's go ahead and ow, 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 ow. That does hurt. And let's see if I went deep enough to get a drop of blood. I might have to do another finger stick, y'all. Let's see if that one is enough. Okay, let's see. Get that one started. Okay, so that one is enough for that. Let's see if I can get... I need 2 more drops of blood. Let's see if this one's good enough for the Contour. And one of the... yeah, so that one... Oops, nope, no, that one did not. This one did not give me enough blood. So one of the things that we don't often talk about is different meters require different amounts of blood. So I'm going to go ahead and take this out and get another strip in there. Different meters require different drops of blood, and so there are times when I've had someone ask me, "Hey, which meter requires the smallest drop?" That means they don't have to poke as much. So I'm gonna actually change. I'm gonna actually change to this one and see if I can. And I think I just hit a spot. You probably can't see, but there's a spot right here that's really calloused, which is where I usually go because it doesn't hurt as much. But I'm gonna have to go to a different location. Let's see if that gives me. Okay, I went close to that same spot. So, okay, so I think I got enough here. There you go. Get that one started. And then, of course, let's get this out. And another drop of blood. There we go. I think this time I actually did a good job. All right, so if you think you know what my ketones are going to be, go ahead and drop that. And once again, I am fasting because it's been... let's see, maybe 23 hours, maybe. Okay, since I've eaten. So if you think you know what my ketones are going to be, go ahead and drop that in the chat. All right. And let's see. So, so let's go over. So Steve already dropped his guess in. Well, no, Lightworks dropped the guess in, says that he thinks it's going to be 0.2. All right. All right, so let's get rid of that. Okay, so let's talk. And tonight we're going to spend some time talking about New Year, New You, right? A fresh look as we move into the new year, as we set ourselves up for what's going to happen. What are we going to be doing, right? So what is the foundation of New Year, New You? What has been the foundation of New Year, New You? And New Year, New You, you will recall, at its core, it is about empowerment. It's not about temporary fixes or superficial changes. We have said that we want to make lasting change. And as you heard, as we came into the top of the show, I talked a bit about New Year's resolutions. And New Year's resolutions have gotten a bad rap because people, when we say New Year's resolution, it almost signifies something that's temporary, something that's almost comical, right? Oh yeah, I'm making a New Year's resolution that I'm not going to whatever. And it's not usually followed or backed by a lot of oomph. So it doesn't have power. And so for a lot of people, New Year's resolutions really are just these kind of whimsical things that we say. I'm going to exercise. I'm making a New Year's resolution. I'm going to exercise this year. I'm making a New Year's resolution that I'm going to spend more time with the family. I'm making a New Year's resolution that I'm going to save more money. Right? So it is a kind of almost a whimsical thing that we do, whimsical thing that we think, but it doesn't have any power that backs it. There's no oomph behind it. There's no power. But New Year, New You is about understanding the root causes of the challenges that we have and addressing them with intention and with purpose. And so as we've moved through the year, as we move through the path, I shouldn't even say the year, as we've moved down the path, what we've said is there are some things that we need to understand. And we'll talk more about that here in a minute. There are things we need to understand if we're going to be successful in the space that we need, that we're thinking of. So whether you're managing type 2 diabetes, struggling with weight, or looking to improve your overall health, the journey starts with knowledge, with commitment, and with community. And you've heard me say that, and we've gone through that process. We'll spend some more time here in just a minute. Okay, so that is the core of the New Year, New You process. So then we ask the question, how does New Year, New You work? Okay, how does it work? And New Year, New You works with those same things that I just described. It works because of the triple E formula for success. We educate, we empower, and we encourage, right? We educate, we empower, and we encourage. And education, right? The first step in understanding your body and your health. It is the first step in understanding your body and your health. For those people with type 2 diabetes, this means learning how food, exercise, stress, medication, and all of those other things impact your blood sugar. It's about demystifying the science so that you can make informed and intelligent decisions. One of the things that I talk to my patients and my clients about is the fact that in most of our other areas of our lives, on your job, when you go to the grocery store, when you buy a car, for that matter, when you buy a coat or you buy a pen or you buy something in your house, we spend a lot of time researching it. right? Now, of course, on the internet, we have all of the ratings that you can get. Right. Back in the day, and I'm dating myself now, you could go to Consumer Reports, right? And you could look it up. Do they still have Consumer Reports now? I don't even know. But you would go to Consumer Reports, you'd look it up, and you get a grade, you get a rating. They would tell you about the product. Now you get on the internet and you can Google and you can Yahoo and you can search and you get the star ratings. And it tells you about that particular thing and so forth. But here's the interesting thing. We spend a lot of time researching those products, educating ourselves about how it works, what are the components to put together. If you wanted to plant something in your yard, people are learning about grass and mulch and the different the grass food that people need, whether you have Bermuda grass or whatever the type of grass it is. What kind of rocks to put in their flower beds. All of that we are researching. But we don't spend that much time researching or educating ourselves about our health. So education is the first step to understanding your body and understanding your health. 2, right? The second E is empowerment. So knowledge is power, but is only useful when it's paired with actionable steps. So New Year, New You provides practical tools. We've talked about meal planning, right? Fasting tips, exercise, right? We talked about exercising and strategies for managing stress that empower you to take charge and to make changes in your health. So on the piece of paper, on the video, in your book, it is just a piece of data. But it takes life. It takes off. It gives you power when you activate it. You breathe life into it. It's kind of like in all the, well, that's in all, a lot of the fairy tales, right? The stories where, Pinocchio gets created. Yeah. When Hippolyta forms Diana, and of course I'm telling now, these are the Marvel comics, or if you've read some of that literature, and there's life that's infused in it. But you infuse life with your action, and then we encourage. Change is hard. Change is hard. Did I say change is hard? Change is hard. And nobody should have to go it alone. And so New Year, New You focuses on fostering a supportive community where you get to share your struggles, you get to celebrate your wins, and you find encouragement when the going gets tough. So education, empowerment, and encouragement. So how does New Year, New You work? That's how it works. Those are the fundamentals. Those are the pillars, the platform on which it's all built. So why does New Year, New You work? Why does New Year, New You work? Well, New Year, New You works because let me say it a little differently. It's a holistic approach. I was going to say something else, but it's a holistic approach. Unlike traditional resolutions that focus on one aspect of your life, I am going to exercise. I am going to eat better. I am going to whatever it is. The New Year, New You process addresses the whole person: mind, body, spirit, soul. It's not just about cutting carbs or hitting the gym. It's about creating a sustainable lifestyle that aligns with the values and your goals. Remember, we come up with those SMART goals. Are the SMART goals we have tied to our values? Because if they are, then there is power that comes that pushes us in that direction. If they aren't aligned, then you can be spinning your wheels in this direction when what you really want is this other thing over here. And so you may end up getting the goal and find out that, hey, that's not what I really wanted. Or there may be some challenges that happen as you're moving towards the goal. And because the goal doesn't align with your value, there is kind of you don't get the full power of your mind and your body. Remember, we have these two, we have the inner coach and the inner critic. The inner coach gets power from alignment of values and goals. The inner critic is always trying to find stuff to tell us that, hey, that's not what you want to do, or you're no good at that, or you can't have that, or you never succeed. That's not what we want. We want to strengthen the inner coach. And so as you are moving through the space of working on your health or working on your metabolism, that's why New Year, New You works. The success lies in its holistic approach. We're not just talking about one aspect of yourself. It's kind of like, and you've heard me make mention of talking to military folks here in our area, because we've got a lot of them, by the way. We got a base here. And so when I talk to them and they're talking to me about the training that they do, it's not just about a one thing. It is a holistic approach that they're doing. Right? So they've got to be able to maintain mental capacity. They've got to be able to be physically fit. They've got to have emotional intelligence if they're going to accomplish the mission. And we are at war. Back fall of last year, we did a series called The War for Your Health. And we are in a war. And in the war, we have to be able to be trained. We've got to train ourselves. We've got to go through those procedures over and over and over and over. It's a holistic approach. It addresses the mind, the body, the spirit, your emotions. It actually even talks about how you interact socially. Right? So why does New Year, New You resonate? Why does it resonate with people? Why does it resonate with you? Right? In fact, I'm going to pause here and have you just jump in. Why does New Year, New You resonate with you? Because there's so many other things that are out there, right? These resolutions. Why does this process resonate with you? You may have heard my story, right? Several years ago, we went whitewater rafting. And New Year, New You is an outgrowth of the journey that I was on. I shouldn't say was on, the journey that I am on. But New Year, New You came out of this understanding that there are things in my past that I was holding on to that were impacting me currently and was making it difficult for me to, in the future, do what I needed to do. You've heard my story about my weight challenges and my blood sugar management. Even as the physician, even as the guy who was out there talking to people about managing diabetes, about weight, I was 285 pounds with A1Cs that were 14 or higher. And struggling quietly, struggling in shame, struggling to really get rid of the dissonance in my mind. And so we went whitewater rafting and fell off the raft and found myself under the raft. And it wasn't until I couldn't breathe that I decided, okay, I can't stay here. I don't know where the rapids are going to take me, but I can't keep holding on to the raft because it was not a sustainable process. And so when I let go, of course, the currents took me. You know, they tell you nose up, chin up on your back, toes up. And the currents took me, the rapids took me. And that metaphor that created in my mind was like, yeah, there are things that I'm holding on to right now, right here, that are not benefiting me. And I don't know where I'm going. I'm not sure where I'm going to be taken, but I know I can't stay here. So New Year, New You resonates, one, because it's realistic. Instead of asking you to overhaul your life overnight, right? New Year, New You says that we focus on small, achievable changes that add up over time. And we talked about the power of compounding, right? Small changes over time. New Year, New You focuses on small, sustainable, small, achievable changes. Whether it's swapping out sugary drinks for water or incorporating short walks into your daily routine, each step is another piece of the puzzle that we're putting in, and we are doing it so that it remains sustainable. We're not looking for quick fixes. We're looking for sustainable processes, sustainable things that we can do as we move through the space. So one, it's realistic. Number two, it's evidence-based. Every strategy in the New Year, New You process, in the journey, is grounded in science. It's grounded in our understanding of how the body works. It's grounded in incorporating those things that we know from various different fields. It's not just about the blood sugar. It's also about sleep. It's also about exercise. It's also about water. It's also about how the body responds to different things. From the benefits of intermittent fasting to the importance of emotional awareness. New Year, New You draws on proven methods to help you achieve lasting health. So it's about it's realistic, it's evidence-based, it's personal. Your journey is unique to you. And New Year, New You recognizes that. It honors that in you, that you are not a cookie cutter. You're not cut out from the same thing as someone else. We encourage you to set goals that matter to you, whether that's reversing diabetes, losing weight, right? Simply feeling more energy. Where do you find yourselves, and what do you want? When we talked about the why, coming up with your why are you doing what you're doing? So it's realistic, it's evidence-based, it's personal, and it's community-driven. One of the most powerful aspects of New Year, New You is the sense of community, sense of belonging that it creates. By connecting with each other, we get to share those goals, we get to find inspiration, we get accountability, and we get the sense of shared purpose. That piece becomes so important as we move into the future of New Year, New You. Okay, so why does it resonate? That's why it resonates. And so we want to reflect. We want to reflect on the past and embrace the future. Reflect on the past and embrace the future. So as we get into the new year, as we begin to turn, as we're moving into turning the page, reflection plays a vital role in the new year. Right? We talked about that in our show last week. Looking back allows us to celebrate successes, learn from challenges, align our values, our future goals with our personal values. Remember, that gives us power. So here are 3 reflection questions that I want you to begin incorporating as we are continuing the New Year process. What went well? What went well for you? Celebrate the wins, big or small. I can tell you for me, looking back, right? So back in, was it March? Yeah, March of last year. Hitting, well, actually, I shouldn't even say March. March was when I hit the 52 pounds, right? 1 pound a week. But it was before March when my weight dropped below 200. So that happened in New Year, New You. That was a win. Going to my doctor and seeing the numbers and having my doctor say, man, what are you doing? Right? Having him be amazed. That was a win. Being able to come on and have and share with you what my numbers were as they were changing, as they were improving. Right? We did that show. What labs you should get checked. New Year, New You. That was a win. Feeling that I was finally able to have a tool that I was in control of, that I could use, that I could fast when I wanted to, I could not fast when I wanted to, I can change what I did in terms of looking at my blood sugars and have what I do directly affect it in a positive way. That was a win. So celebrate the wins. Maybe you were making healthier choices for food. I know that was another win for me, and I'm trying to think if I have had any Ben & Jerry's ice cream this year. Right? And here's another win, and you guys are gonna say this is a silly one, but eggnog, right? You guys remember several weeks ago, I went to the store, eggnog was there. I bought a bunch of eggnog. I drank a little bit of eggnog. I got rid of the rest, and I've not had any more. And it's not, I guess let me say this. Often people think in terms of depravity. Oh, I can't have that egg. Or a scarcity mindset. Oh, I'm never going to get any more. I did not drink the eggnog because I felt like I was in a jail or I can't do it. I made a decision. I made a positive, and I feel good about that decision. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not going to have any. I'm never going to have eggnog. I may decide tonight I'll go out and have some, but I made a decision. And often we are making those positive decisions, and that's a win. That's a win we can celebrate. So you've made those choices. You started exercising in, was that April? No, May or June? It was the challenge was incorporating into our day, into our week, an exercise program. Maybe you're prioritizing your mental health. That's a win. So number one, what went well? Number two, what challenges did you face? I'll tell you, one of the challenges for me was that challenge of being in my space at work with my team on the days when I'm fasting, going to lunch or having them around me. And I sometimes have to leave the office because when it's lunchtime, I smell the food from the microwave. And if I'm fasting, right, that was a challenge for me. So what are some of the challenges that you faced? Be honest about the obstacles you encountered. Whether it was, okay, I didn't make it through that fast, or there's that whatever food it is I decided I wasn't going to eat, but I'm eating it. Or if you're working on balanced bites, right? And you find that there is a component of balanced bites that you continue to struggle with, understand that the challenges can help you find strategies to overcome them in the future. So understanding them can help you find strategies. And then what do you want to achieve as we move into the new year? Set specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals, right? SMART goals, S-M-A-R-T. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So that you have a clear path of where you're heading, where we're heading as we move into the new year. So what is the path ahead? Right? So what is the path ahead? And so the path ahead for the new year isn't just a resolution. It is a revolution. Does that play on words? It's not a resolution. It is a revolution. It is a change. It's a call to take charge of your health, to rewrite your story, and to step into the new year with confidence and purpose. Not like we did it last year, not even like we did it this year, but next year is different. Whether you're just beginning the journey or you're looking to take and make health changes and take your health to the next level, the framework, New Year, New You, provides that roadmap. It provides the structure. Often we don't succeed, not because we don't have drive, not because we don't have knowledge, not because we don't have a dream, not even because we don't have vision. We don't succeed because we don't have structure. We don't have a framework within which to do the things we need to do to be successful. And so as you're looking into what am I doing? What am I going to be doing as I'm setting myself up for success? New Year, New You provides that. It provides the structure. It provides that framework. As we look ahead to another year, I invite you to join this journey. Together, we'll educate ourselves, we'll empower each other, we'll encourage one another to live limitless lives. There it is, limitless living. This is the year to break through barriers, to embrace possibilities and become the best version of ourselves. Limitless living says, there is nothing outside of me. There's nothing in me that I'm going to allow to be an obstacle in my journey for better health. Nothing inside of me, nothing outside of me that's going to push me to the emotional eating that's causing me not to get the weight change that I need. Nothing inside of me, nothing outside of me that's going to be an obstacle to me doing the fasting that I need to do to improve my insulin sensitivity. Nothing inside of me, nothing outside of me that's going to be an obstacle in me doing what I need to do to improve my diabetes and my high cholesterol and my high blood pressure and to reverse my fatty liver and to deal with my polycystic ovarian syndrome. There's nothing inside of me or nothing outside of me that's going to prevent me from improving my coronary artery risk profile. Limitless living. And it is powered by, it is supported by, it is built upon New Year, New You. So it's not a one or done. It's not I'm doing this for now and I'm not doing it for tomorrow. It is I am building what I'm doing in the future on what I have right now. So this year, let's break through barriers. Let's embrace the possibilities and become the best version of ourselves. Let's make it happen. Here's to New Year, New You. And as we take it to the next level, living limitlessly so that nothing hinders us from being what we need to be and doing what we need to do and understanding what we need to understand to put ourselves into the space of being successful in our health. New year, new you. So new year, new you, a fresh start, a fresh look to limitless living. And that's what we're doing as we move into the future, as we move into the space. Awesome, awesome. All right, so I see some folks coming in. Let's hop over and let's see who is there. Let's see. Jennifer, hey Jennifer, what's up? What's up? She's saying hi, Jiyon. Steve, say hello, Teresa. Hi, love. Hey Teresa, what's up? Glad that you are here. She says, hey, Doc and everyone. Let me go ahead and pop that up. Before I do it, let me see. So Steve says 0.3. I think Lightwork says 0.2. Jennifer said 0.4. Hey, Doc and everyone from Teresa. Let's do this one. Teresa says, hey, Jennifer, I missed you all. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Lightwork. So everybody's just greeting. I love this. Love the community. Steve says, hey, Teresa. Teresa says, new year educates me as a whole person and how everything works together in the body and how food plays an important role in my health. Yes, I love that. Put that back up there. Jiyon says, sorry I'm late. Hey, you're not late. You're just right in time. She says, hi, all. Hi, doctor. Jennifer saying, howdy, Jiyon. Hey, Steve and Jiyon from Teresa. Great to see you again. Hello, hello. So Lightwork says, for me, it's sustainable yet holds me accountable. So new year, new you. I like that. So it's sustainable, so we can do it, and it holds you accountable. I love that. Lightwork says, hi, Jiyon. Lightwork says, simple, makes sense, uncomplicated. Did I mention simple? I love that. Thank you. Jiyon said, I'm very happy when I'm here with you all, doctor. So thank you for being with us, Jiyon. We're happy when you're here as well. I'm always struggle with food. I make 1 meal a day so far, not over 24. Hey, you get a hand clap and you get some music. Jiyon, congratulations. Yeah. So as you heard me say, New Year, New You is a journey. It is a process. Okay? So 1 meal a day. I love that. Jennifer says, great start. Thank you, Jennifer from Jiyon. Jiyon said, yes, one step at a time. That makes you a winner. And celebrating those wins. Thank you, Teresa from Jiyon. Lightwork says, keep going, Jiyon. After some time, it will come easy, like turning off and on the light switch. I like that. Jiyon said, we've both lost over 25 kilograms doing 24-hour fast. Awesome. Oh, Steve says that. And Steve, I'm assuming that you're meaning you and your wife. And Teresa says, doctor, you are such a positive person, and it shines in New Year, New You. Your teaching and encouragement. Thank you. Oh, thank you for that, Teresa. And then Jiyon says, thank you to Lightworks. Awesome. All right. So let's go ahead and let's look at my ketones. Let's look at my ketone. Actually, let's look at my monitor first. So let's go ahead and look over here. And you'll see there my average blood sugar is 141. And let's see. Can you guys see my mouse? Okay, yeah, so here we are. So I'm in target 79% of the time. Average 141 with a glucose management indicator down here of 6.7. So that means that if I were to get an A1C, then my A1C would approximate the 6.7, right? So it's not an exact number. It's calculated. So that's why we can't call it an A1C, right? But it's a surrogate for the A1C, and it should be similar to what the A1C is. If I change to, this was a 14-day look. If I change to 90 days, you'll see here that my average blood sugar is 131. I'm in target 88% of the time. And the target is actually 70 to 180 in terms of blood sugar. And my glucose management indicator in this case is 6.4. So if I were to get it based on the last 90 days, it's 6.4. I have my doctor's appointment coming up in February. And so, I think the last time, what was it, 6.7, okay? And so 6.4 is where we would be if we got it now. And then if I look at my daily graphs, all right, so let's go back here. So this was over the weekend. So I told you I went out, hung out with some friends. We do a one. I've got a couple of guys, a couple of groups of guys that I hang out with, and this one we do in December, all right, December each year, and so we went up to Nashville, and so you'll see there that's what Nashville did. And then coming home last night, this is leading into what you saw today. So let's go ahead and come back here. And so I stopped eating, right in here. Right now it's about 24 hours since I've eaten. Okay, and you'll see as I stopped eating, the blood sugar's down. Now, I want you to notice a couple of things here. So this was, I'm not sure what we were doing up this late at night, but for eating. And so blood sugar got up to 250 and then started coming down. Now, had I not eaten again, right? So I don't usually eat breakfast because you guys know I do 16-8 roughly. So we ate, and so blood sugar started coming down. And then that morning I had breakfast, right? So blood sugar went back up. And then it started coming back down. And then I had lunch. It went up. That was yesterday afternoon. And then down. And now look at this. Because I did not eat breakfast or lunch, so the blood sugar started coming down. Here's probably some residual from the food that I ate. And then for the rest of the day, I want you to notice that the blood sugar is dropping down to where we are right now at 110. And right now on my monitor, it actually says, let's see, what does it say over there? It says 111. Okay. So a point here is that your body, if you will allow it, your body a lot of times will do what it needs to do to get those blood sugars down. That is the power of fasting. Because remember, when we're fasting, we're decreasing the intake of sugar, pillar 3. Because we decrease the intake of sugar or carbs, then insulin goes down as well. So pillar 1, and then that suppresses the appetite, pillar 3. All 3 pillars are hit right there. Okay. All right. So now let's go ahead and let's take a look at what my ketones are. So let's go ahead and get this one off. We'll go ahead and get to the Keto Mojo app. And then I'll need to turn this on. Right. Okay, this says I've been logged out, so give me just a minute. Let's get myself logged back in. See if that works. Let's see. Okay, so hopefully that, oops, no, that did not work. Wait just a sec. Not sure why that logged me out. And of course now it's not allowing me to get back in, but we can actually take a look at, let's go back over here. Let's do this one. No, let's go back here. It's still not letting me get in. Okay. So I'll be working on that. But let's see if I can. Okay, there you go. All right, so my ketones right now are 0.2. Now, who said, someone said 0.2 in the, I think Steve was 0.3 and Lightworks was so Jennifer was 0.4, or Lightworks was 0.2. So Lightworks, yeah. Right on point. Right on point right there. Okay. So 0.2, and if you recall that when we talk about ketones that are less than 0.5 are considered normal. 0.5 to 1.5 are considered nutritional ketosis, and above 1.5 are considered therapeutic ketosis. And so when we talk about metabolism, staying ketogenic diets, staying ketosis, weight loss, insulin sensitivity, all of those as it relates to ketones, we want ketones to be 0.5 or higher. Okay, so 0.5 or higher is where we want that to be. For those of you who are fasting and you've been monitoring ketones, you know that I tend to try to keep my ketones, try to stay in ketosis longer, even though I start eating. So I will eat foods that are low in carbs so that I don't get that spike in sugar. If I don't get the spike in sugar, I don't get the spike in insulin. And if I don't get a spike in insulin, then my ketones stay around longer. Okay? And that's the whole idea behind balanced bites. And that's why balanced bites, if we are fueling our bodies with those balanced bites, then they are beneficial to us in reversing diabetes. Because the balanced bite says that we are prioritizing whole foods, we're minimizing processed foods, no added sugar, right? So not that you can't have foods that have sugar, but no added sugar. For example, if you buy a carton of orange juice, you can buy one where they squeeze the orange juice, they may pasteurize it, they put it in the carton, and you get that. Or you can get one where they do exactly the same thing, but they add sugar to it. Now remember, orange juice has natural sugar. So we're not saying that you can't have anything that has natural sugar. We're saying that we're minimizing the things that are added sugar, right? So minimizing sugar, minimizing added sugar. And once again, it's not no sugar necessarily. One of the things that you guys have seen me use is I have these broths, right, that I have. And if I could pull that Yuka app up again. This broth that I use, and the broth is a mixture. Let's see if I could pull that up. And the broth is a mixture, and the mixture has, I think, was it 2 grams? You guys remember from last week when we did our check-in? Let's see. I think there were 2 grams of carbs in it. Let's see. I remember the Yuka app simply tells me you can scan the food and it'll tell you the nutritional content. Oh, here it is. Yeah. So here's it. So this one has 2 grams of sugar. 2 grams of sugar. Okay. Yeah. I was going to say something else, but that's it. So back to balanced bites, right? So balanced bites, minimizing sugar, minimizing carbs, lean protein, healthy fats, starchy and non-starchy vegetables, tasty, flavorful, and you want to have foods that have the appropriate portion sizes. Because it's often not that we eat the wrong things, but we eat too much of the thing. Right, and that causes us problems. So balanced bites. As we're moving through the space into the new year, as we're moving forward, we want to make sure that you are understanding yourself. Remember, one of the keys to New Year, New You is understanding me, being emotionally intelligent about how my body responds to different things, and also understanding the triggers. That's going to be very important as we move talking about limitless living. What are my triggers? And my triggers are given by the HEAT model: habits, emotions, access, and taste. We eat not because we're hungry, but because we formed a habit. We have a routine, and we see certain cues. That's the same thing that happens to me at the office when I see people around me that are going to eat. They're warming their food up. I may smell it. It's lunchtime. I have those cues, and I eat. I want to eat because of that. Emotions. We're mad. We're glad. We're sad. We're frustrated. We're bored. Right? We're tired. All of those emotions will trigger us. Access, when things are just around us. That's one of the things that happened when I was up in Nashville with my friends. All right, there was stuff around. And then they were eating, right? So yeah. In fact, yesterday we got up and we were gonna have breakfast, and we went to the museum, the African American Music Museum down in Nashville. And so the plan was that we're gonna get up, have breakfast, go there, and then we were gonna do some other things, and we leave. Well, we got there, and there is this. I forgot the name of the building, but it's restaurants, all fast food restaurants upstairs, all restaurants downstairs. So the guy who was orienting us was telling us, hey, make sure that you do this and go watch this and see this exhibit. And then upstairs and, in this building next door, there's all this food. And so somebody in the group said, hey, let's go have something to eat. And guess what? There we go. All of us went and we got something to eat. So access. And then, of course, taste. Right? So taste is one of those as well. It's not the taste that we're chasing, but we're chasing what it does for us. We're chasing the feel, the thought, the memory. The perfect combination of sugar, salt, and fat, the bliss point, is what it's called. So those triggers that will push us. Okay. I do see. I see some. Oh, I think something just disappeared. I'm not sure what happened. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Okay. The HEAT model. And I do see some comments there, some questions. Let's see. Gion said, what is ideal blood sugar and ketones? So for people who are, so we're talking to adults with type 2 diabetes, you want ketones to be 0.5 or higher. As long as they're 0.5 or higher, then we're good. Okay? So Gion, 0.5 or higher. And then she says, could you let me know about good measurement number about blood and ketones? Right. So for blood sugar, we tell people that we want their fasting blood sugar to be between 100 and 120. And 2 hours after they eat, I want them to be less than or equal to between 120 and 140. Now, those are kind of standard numbers, but we know that we can have better numbers, right? So that's just kind of, hey, these are good numbers if you're diabetic, but if you can get blood sugars that are averaging about 100, 110 all the time, or even better, that's what we're talking about, having amazing numbers. Right? So normal blood sugars are between 70 and 99. So if you're really shooting for numbers, then 70 to 99 ideal is where you would be, because those are non-diabetic numbers. 99, so 100 to 125 is considered pre-diabetic, and then 126 or above is considered diabetic. Okay? And then Gion says, my trigger is my mind and habit, which what I think I have to eat at least once a day. This thought makes me eat. Yes, and there are a lot of people. Good places to have this conversation. There are a lot of people who have that idea that I have to eat. Right. So I had people come to the office and we talk about fasting or we talk about some other meal plan, and they're like, "Oh, I can't do that because I have to eat." Well, we've conditioned ourselves to eat. But it's not a have to eat unless you're suffering from some other medical issue, right? That's certainly possible. But but most people don't have to eat. We eat because it's become a habit for us, or we have those cues, right? Habits, emotions, access, and taste. Awesome. All right. Well, I want to convince you. I want to convince you. I want you to understand that you have the ability right now to make changes. You can make a different choice. You can do something else. You can set yourself up for success as you moving through your metabolic space. That is the unlimited potential that is within you. We have infinite possibilities. We have infinite ability to make a change right now to set ourselves up for success into the future. What's past is past. We can't do anything about that. But at this moment, I can make a change. You can be a voice for change for people around you. Of course, remember the habits, emotions, access, test, and taste, the HEAT model. The pillars for reversing diabetes, decreasing insulin, suppressing the appetite, and reducing sugar. Those are the pillars. And fasting hits that. And also fueling your body with balanced bites will do that as well, right? So same idea. We'll talk more and more about those. As you saw, we are building on a platform of the Triple E Formula for Success. We educate, we empower, and we encourage. We educate with the shows, with the blogs, with the podcast. We empower with the tools that we're learning. The challenges are a good way to begin incorporating that and practicing that. And then, of course, we encourage with this amazing community that you are a part of. Make sure that you join our community meetup. This month is going to be on the 19th. Because of the upcoming holidays, it's moved up one week, and there is the link that just came through. Make sure that you get in there and that you sign up for the community meetup. And then our call to action is this: when you come, join the challenges. 1, don't just let them be theory. Remember, you infuse power and life into these items by your action. Join them, work through them, do them. Tell your story when you show up. Let us know where you're having successes, where you're having challenges, so we can rally around you, so we all know that we're in this thing together. And then invite a friend. Let someone know that there's a space where they can go, where they can be successful with their metabolism. They can reverse their diabetes, improve their high blood pressure, improve their cholesterol, work on their fatty liver. They can improve their weight. All of those things are beneficial with the New Year, New You journey. As I always say, I'm happy to be here in this space with you. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for being here. We will be back with check-ins later this week as we continue our 72-hour fast for this week. On Saturday, we'll have video from the vault, 9 p.m. Saturday Central here on the channel. And then on Sunday morning, This Week in Review. And then next week, we'll be right here again for Dwain Woode, MD Live. Thank you for joining me. This is Dr. Dwain Woode. That's Woode with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. Here on the channel, I educate, I empower, and I encourage you to take charge of your health and your life, avoid complications, and go to the next level. And in this year, New Year, New You. Good night, everybody. We'll see you at the next show.